Welcome or welcome back to It Is Not Too Late. Today I have a bunch of stuff to go over. We're going to do our randomizing for November, but first thing, I have some group plays and collabs that I want to share with you guys. So this is my December group play. This is down in my Ko-fi that is free, and I just do $1 or $5 per picture. So there is that. For the collab that I am doing with Grammy's Journey, Tobin Budgets, Shan on a Budget, EMT Dispatcher on a Budget, Blessed Budgets by Abigail, and Promoted by Lil's World. We did 2 this time. So I did this Winter Wonderland, Help Your Snowman Get Home. So you start at the top and you just roll a die for each step of the way. And there's little paw prints there if you get a cat. If you scare a cat, you have to double your roll. And you go on down to the igloo for your snowman. And this I made just winter, so you don't have to finish all this month. And then Gracie at Grammy's Journey, this is the same group of people. She made a Merry Christmas, and so you roll or you pick which one, and then the dollar amounts are down at the bottom, very low budget. And then for, I haven't cut this out yet, obviously, for New Year's, there is, it's a 1 to 5. If you use a 6 side to roll, then, and you get a 6, then you can select which one you want to do. So I will link those down later in the month. We will have a giveaway, but we're not doing it yet, but it is coming. So if you want to get subscribed, hit your notifications so that you know when we're doing that. All right, so here are all of my challenges for November. So I'm just going to go through real fast and say everybody. So this was Neuralist Budgets and G&L Budgeting Besties. This was Neuralist Budgets. This was My Modern Homestead. This was Neuralist Budgets. This was a collab with Lil's World 733, Glory's Budget, G&L Budgeting Besties, and Neuralist Budgets. This was G&L Budgeting Besties. This was Two Sister Bees. This was Marion and Mock Designs. This was Gracie at Grammy's Journey. This is Lil's World 733. This is another from Nori and G&L Budgeting Besties. This is Glory's Budgets. This is G&L Budgeting Besties. This is Lil's World 733. This is Lil's World 733. This is Neuralist Budgets. This was one of mine. It Is Not Too Late. Available down in my Ko-fi. This is G&L Budgeting Besties. This is Elaine Realized, the part 2 of What's in Winter. This is Ellie on Earth. This is My Modern Homestead. This is Lil's World 733. This is Glory's Budgets. This is another one of mine. This is Two Sister Bees. This is Lil's World 733. This is Simply Sarah Saves. This is G&L Budgeting Besties, G&L Budgeting Besties. Lil's World 733. Norellis Budgets. Lil's World 733. Norellis Budgets. Norellis Budgets. This was part of my birthday set, available down in my Ko-fi for free. This is Bookish Mama Budgets. This is Norellis Budgets. Norellis Budgets. Two Sister Bees. And finally, the collab that I did with, again, Grammy's Journey, EMT Dispatcher on a Budget, Blessed Budgets by Abigail, Toby Budgets, Shan on a Budget, and promoted by Lil's World 733. Okay, so all of that totaled $937. So, one of my credit card payments is due tomorrow. So I pulled, and I wanted to make an extra payment on that. I pulled $250 right out of the top because I had to get it to the bank, so it'll be there for the payment tomorrow. So that leaves $687. So what I am going to do is I'm going to give everybody 20, and then my top two I'm going to give another 20, and the bottom two I'm going to give 10. The rest we're going to roll. So how I do this, my top two get 10s until I run out. The bottom two will get 1s until I run out, and then, you know, we'll meet somewhere in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And sorry, one of the cats stole my 4-sided, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I forgot I never found that stupid 4-sided dice. Okay, here we go. So 4 gets a 10, 5 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 2 gets a 10, 6 gets a 1, 5 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 5 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 7 gets a 1, 2 gets a 10, 3 gets a 10, 8 gets a 1, 5 gets a 1, 3 gets a 10, 3 gets a 10, 5 gets a 1, 2 gets a 10, 1 gets a 10, 8 gets a 1, 3 gets a 10, 8 gets a 1, 8 gets a 1, 6 gets a 1, 6 gets a 1, 2 gets a 10, 7 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 2 gets a 10. 4 gets a 10. 2 gets a 10. 4 gets a 10. 3 gets a 10. 5 gets a 1. 3 gets a 10. 4 gets a 10. 8 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 7 gets a 1. 2 gets a 10. 3 gets a 10. 1 gets a 1. 8 gets a 1. 7 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 8 gets a 1. 7 gets a 1. 7 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 1 gets a 10. 5 gets a 1. 3 gets a 10. 4 gets a 10. 8 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 2 gets a 10. 8 gets a 1. 7 gets a 1. 1 gets a 10. 1 gets a 10. 6 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 5 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 6 gets a 1. 1 gets a 10. 6 gets a 1. That's my last one, so these bottom two will be getting 5s now. 8 gets a 5. 6 gets a 5. 7 gets a 5. 2 gets a 10. 3 gets a 10. 4 gets a 10. 8 gets a 5. 3 gets a 10. 5 gets a 5. 1 gets a 10. 5 gets a 5. 4 gets a 10. 6 gets a 5. 1 gets a 10. 2 gets a 10. 7 gets a 5. 5 gets a 5. 7 gets a 5. 1 gets a 10. 1 gets a 10. Alright, I'm out of 10, so we're all about 5s now. This should go fast. Alright, 2 gets a 5. 2 gets a 5. 2 gets a 5. 6 gets a 5. 3 gets a 5. 6 gets a 5. 1 gets a 5. 4 gets a 5. 5 gets a 5. 1 gets a 5. 7 gets a 5. 4 gets a 5. 2 gets a 5. 4 gets a 5. 4 gets a 5. Last one, 7 gets a 5. Okay. So let's clean up a little bit. We'll count it out and I will let you know where all this money is going. We're doing a bit fewer this month, and I kind of had planned out that way. All right. Look at all. Okay, they were all in order. Good. All right, so first up is Amazon, and Amazon is going to get 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. 270 for Amazon. So I'm just going to write it down so I don't forget or have to count it again. All right. Number 2, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 235 for number 2, and that is Discover. Alright, this one is going to be mixed up because we've got the 5s mixed in. So let me just get these in the right order. Alright, so number 3, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. 96 for that, and that is Bank of America credit card. All right, and the last one is 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So I'm going to just total these up and make sure that I added correctly. Yep, 687. Okay, so this last one is for gift. This is my Etsy, Ko-fi, my subscriptions, any there's a few people that have a website. So any of those purchases, that is what this money is for. And so I wanted to hurry and get this done so I could do my, you know, Black Friday to Cyber Monday sales shopping. So thank you so much. Don't forget to check out the collabs and the group plays. I will be doing my Mega Monday tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.